Hi, are you an investor investing in the Nigerian real estate market, or you are an intending investor, you want to go into investing into the Nigerian real estate market? However, you have no idea where or how to go about your interest. I want to encourage you to watch this video to the end, because I am sure by the end of this video, you will get a lot of information that would help you on this your real estate investment journey. Hi there! Welcome to another episode of TeaTalk with Goodness Usman. How are you guys doing today? Yes, I'm super excited to be here again with you guys. It's amazing, right? Yes, it is. So yes, as you know how we do on this show, that we get our glass of water, a cup of tea. I'll take it again, sorry. You all know how we roll kid. It's not professional. You all know how we do it on this show, right? Yes, it is for you to get your glass of water or your cup of tea, like me, a lover of green tea, or you get your cup of coffee or a glass of wine, whatever choice of drink you decide to go with. But it is important that wherever you are, I hope you're in the comfort of your home, somewhere where you can get any of those, and then please get it. Let's then share it together. So, are you ready? Okay. Okay guys, so let's get into today's fully go into today's episode. By the way, thank you to everyone who reached out to me on the last episode. I got a lot of feedback. People were encouraging me to do this more. That what happened, I don't do it as often I used to, that they want me to do more. So don't worry, I'm giving you guys my words, and I will try as much as I can to do more of this, because you guys got a lot of value in the last episode. So I'm just going to jump right into today's episode. By the way, before I jump right into it, I just want to say that your feedbacks are very important to me, and then that you can also suggest the topics you want me to talk about. Okay, is that fine? Yeah, because that way I will be giving you guys more value. I will be helping you to make the best real estate investment decision there is to make, because the essence of me being in this business and every other thing that I do is to help you make the best real estate investment decision, most especially for Nigerians in diaspora, because I understand how it is. A lot of you have not been in the country for a long time, so many of these places you have just faint idea about them, and you've not seen. Some have not even seen these places. Some have, but it's been a long time. So that is why it is very important for me to always bring this very information that will help you, even from the comfort of your home, in anywhere in the world. You can make a very good decision as regards your real estate investment, and then do not have regrets in the future. All right, so I just need to put that out there. All right, so today's topic, I've had several conversations with people. People have asked me, which one should I invest in? I think even on this channel we talked about it sometime last year, but it's been a while, and we have new people. The family is growing. Yes, remember I said you guys should help me get to 10,000 subscribers, and we're growing so rapidly now. Based on that, we have a lot of people who have probably have not subscribed by then, and they've missed out on this information. So why it is important for me to talk about it again. All right, so yeah, the question is real estate. When it comes to real estate investment, is it to invest? Which is better? Is it to invest in land or houses? This question pops up almost every time. In fact, it is the question I ask my friends, my colleagues, when we're talking, because like I said, like I usually say rather, that I also am an investor on a very smaller scale, and most of these things I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to implement it as many as I can. But like I said, I'm on a smaller scale. A larger of you guys are on a larger scale. Some of you guys are on a larger scale. So yes, some of these things I've tried some of them, and I understand I'm understanding more how it works. So let's talk about whether you should invest in land or houses. I've also asked this question. I keep talking about it. I keep asking the question. So yes, I think it's a question every investor keep asking year in, year out. Anywhere you're even investing in the world, even if you're investing in the Western countries, you would want to ask, if you want to go into any country, maybe a UK market now, you want to ask if you can still, in fact, sometimes I wonder, did they still even sell land in the UK market or the US market? No, I know that they sell, I know that lands are more available it looks like, I don't know, you guys can correct me. But from some of the conversation I have with some of my clients who are based UK or US, yes, it's usually UK, US, Canada, I know that it seems there are more lands available in US over UK. I might be wrong. Okay, so yeah, let's come back to the topic of the day. It's the topic of the day. All right, so in the Nigerian real estate market, a lot of people have asked me which should they invest in? Is it land or houses? And now I kind of don't have a definite question, but I'm going to discuss this. I'm going to give you my points as to why you should buy any of them, and then it is now left for you as an investor to decide which one you want to go into. I know that some people have already made their decision and they've made their research and they've made their stand on to buy either the houses only or just invest in land. All right, so I'll go first with houses before I'll now go to land, if that's okay. All right, so now if you're investing as a real estate investor, especially if you're a serial investor, I always say this: as a serial investor, it is advisable that you buy in land and also buy houses. That is the truth. All right, so for houses, why should you buy houses? Is it okay? Before I go into this, or before I say what I'm about to say, I think it depends on what option suits you at the time. That's my answer. Okay, I'll say it again. The question is, goodness, should I buy more of land over houses? This is my answer. It depends on where you are at the time and what your purposes are at the time. That is what will determine what you should buy more. However, I will also say, because I can see some people watching and laughing and say, that's a political answer. No, I'm not politically giving you an answer. I'm just saying at the time. So what do I mean by at the time? It depends on where you are. Maybe where you are right now is you just need a home of your own, okay? And you just want to have a place of your own. You don't want to pay rent anymore. You want to move to your new home or your next home. If I can't tell you, if you're at that place right now and you're watching this video, you will not agree with me that I'm saying you should buy more of land. Because where you are, probably you bought land a lot. Maybe you have like 50 plots somewhere or 20 plots scattered around the country. You would not want to, because that's not where you are. So that's what I mean by it depends on where you are. Okay, so it depends on your purpose. It depends on what you set out to achieve. So having cleared that, I also will say that buying a land has more potential over owning houses. Are we clear? I'll say it again. Buying a land, investing in lands are usually way more, they give you high return way more than buying houses. Again, it also depends on how you look at it as well. But of course, I will always advise that for investors who are planning to be serial investors who are really interested in this market, I would always advise professionally that you acquire as many as possible lands in this fast-growing houses. Now, remember in our last episode, I talked about locations where investors are investing in and why. Now, these locations started, I used the term downtown. That's from Aja, downward to Ekpe. Now, because these are fast-growing areas, especially the Bejuleki, Ekpe houses, they are fast-growing and they are growing rapidly. The rate at which land is becoming scarce now is getting to be alarming. So because of that, I would advise for a serial investor who wants to harness this market, who wants to catch up with the development coming into this area, who wants to be there early, it is advisable that you buy as many lands as possible. You have to own block of land, chunk of land. Imagine if you're buying into, you're investing into opening markets like Ibadan, like Abeokuta. Abeokuta also has opened up. If you want to buy in such places and you don't have the intention to live there, of course it is land.
And then, when it comes to, I'll repeat again, when it comes to you investing for land banking, it has to be a land, okay? You buy it and then you keep it and then watch it as it grow, and then you sell it use the money for something else or put it back into another project. So yes, I agree with those who say that more of land has more return than houses. Definitely is a yes with me. So as much as you can, I am professionally advising that you invest in more land. That's why I say, if you're buying into Ruby City, for instance, that is 950,000 naira per plot. If you look at where Ruby City is located, it's still in a community that is growing. Like averagely, nothing so much is happening there, but a lot will be happening because in the future, because of the infrastructures coming into the area, the train station, the private universities, the Ilututsun business district, all of those developments and other more that will come in that we don't even have an idea about, that is coming into the environment. You will take advantage. You are taking advantage as an investor, as an early bird investor, sitting down there now, investing at 950,000 naira. Hopefully, by the time it gets maybe 5 years time, you start selling a plot for maybe 15 million naira or 20 million naira. So that's what the whole advantage of land banking, and then you are making high return on your investment at that time. So yes, for such you can't do that for a house, except if you're doing house flipping. So yes, from that angle, it is more and more advisable to buy as many lands as possible. But if you're going into a market like Ikeja, a market that is at its peak, I wouldn't advise you to go and buy a plot of land in Ikeja, maybe Ikeja GRA for 200 million naira or 300 million naira, or Ikoyi where you're going to buy a plot of land for 500 million naira, or VI where you buy a plot of land for 1 billion naira, depending on where, or in Pinok where you're going to buy a plot of land for 300 million, except if your purpose at that time is to situate your country home or your home there, then that's a different ball game, right? So no matter what, if I want to live, if I choose to live in Banana Island and I can afford to own a plot of land in Banana Island, and I want to build the kind of house I want to build, maybe a country home or a mansionette or whatever it is I want to build, and I cannot find the specification of what I want for me and my family in Banana Island, it means that I have to buy a plot of land. So at that point, it's buying a house, right? So it is at that point that it makes sense for you to buy such a land and then build what you want to build as the home you want to live in. Right, so remember earlier I said it depends on your purposes, it depends on where you are at the time, the reason why you're investing. The truth is, as an investor, it is very important that we have a purpose for investment. See, if you go into investment without a clear purpose, I think along the line you should actually. If you dabble into it, then when you find your fit, you should have a clear purpose why you're investing. And the basic reasons why you're investing should be investment. It's not just investment only, right? So people invest for emotional reasons, and people invest for status. Like this Banana Island, the likes of Banana Island, likes of Park View in Ikoyi, and so many other beautiful estates in Ikoyi. You will know that a lot of people living there are living there for status. A lot of the time is more of emotional buying. Okay, so if you're not at that level, you shouldn't even own a house in Banana Island, right? That's if you can afford it. And the thing is, you can even buy a house in Banana Island, add a couple of things to it, maybe restructure the house, change the fittings the way it is. Maybe it's a house that's been built 20 years ago, and then you can refurbish it, so to speak, and then remodel it rather. Let me use the word remodel. You remodel it and then put it back into the market and sell it off. You're still going to make your money in time. So, like I said, it depends on where you are and what you intend to achieve, what your goals, your purpose, your aspiration for these investments are. So let me go back to the houses. So if you're buying a house as well, it has its own advantages. But I think when you're investing in houses, you have to be more sensitive with it. you have to be more and more sensitive. You can dabble into buying a land and just leave it there. No matter what happens, you're still going to get high return on your land, right? But for houses, you have to be very careful. You can't just dabble into buying a house. You have to critically analyze the market, the location you're buying, and what is happening around there. You must get your projections right, as far as I'm concerned. So your projections towards buying that particular house or houses or units of apartments, you must know what it is. What do you intend to achieve with it? So let me break it quite a few whys down for you, so that we can get a good value from this conversation. So the thing is, if you want to buy a house now, so let me use Paragon now. Let me use Paragon terraces in Aja. Now, if you want to own a terrace in Paragon right now, you have around 53 million naira to own a 3-bedroom terrace, right? Okay, so if you're owning a 3-bedroom terrace with a BQ for 53 million naira, the first question you should ask yourself is why? Do you want to live there? Are you a Nigerian in Nigeria that maybe you're like me? I live in Aja right now. I live around Goodness Estate, which is just like a 10 minutes drive to Paragon, and then I am paying rent. So if my goal in 2022 or 2022/2023 is not to pay rent anymore, is 2023 is no longer to stop paying rent, that the maximum rent the last rent I'm going to pay is 2022. So if my goal is that in 2023 I'm no longer paying rent, it means that I need to start looking for, and I love to stay around Aja, right? Because I've stayed in Aja for a while. I still want to live around Aja. I still like to live around Aja. It's close to all of my sites. It's easy access to whatever I need. I've built a life around Aja, so I don't want to leave Aja, except if I want to leave and go to Ikoyi. But for the sake of this conversation, let's live in Aja. The next thing I'll start looking at is which estates around will give me what I need. So why would I choose Paragon, apart from the fact that I market Paragon? I will choose Paragon over others because it is a smart estate. Okay, the automation is going to be available in all of that. So now that's a different ball game. Now somebody whose intention is not to stop paying rent, maybe the person wants to even move from Aja and go to Lekki Phase 1. You will continue to pay rent because I can't afford to buy a house in Lekki Phase 1. And if you can't afford to buy a house in Lekki Phase 1, you have to continue to pay rent. But if you have such money and you want to invest in Paragon, your cost of investing, your reason for investing in Paragon will be different from mine. Me is to become a landlady in Paragon. So I will choose Paragon because it's close by, it is motorable, it has smart features, and by 2023 they will be done paying, building at least some units, and people, it will be habitable. So it's easy payment plan for me. If I key into it now with 5 billion naira, I can spread my payment, push myself, and then pay for a unit with a 3-bedroom terrace. I'm good. And by 2023, my landlord is asking me to renew my rent. I'm telling him, thank you so much. The journey so far has been so sweet. We can now, that's it. Can't go further from here. And then I'm moving into my house. Now, my main reason for buying is that I want to live there. I want to buy a house where I want to be living. So when I'm buying Paragon, I will be paying attention to so many things, the things that are important to me, right? I will pay attention to things that are important to me. Though even if I'm buying Paragon for rental income or to earn rental income or to flipping, I've explained it so over and over, is me buying into it now, and when it's ready, I sell it up to the next person that wants to live there. I don't want to rent, I just want to be away from it, because I might not believe in rent, right? So yes, that's another way to make money from off-plan houses. So yes, someone that is buying for that purpose will check out some things differently from me. So our decision, the factors that would aid our decision at that time is different, right? So it is important. But if you're going straight into an off plan just so that you can earn rental income, or you want to rent, you want to put it on short let, Airbnb, or you want to turn it into a studio apartment and still earn income, rental income on it daily. Now, rental income is in different phases. You now have short let is daily, studio apartments is daily, studios rather is daily, and then of course the rental income itself is yearly. We have not moved to monthly in Nigeria. So all of this has different reasons. There are things I will look at. If I want to buy for owning a mansion now for Airbnb or for rental income, I probably might not do much of on Paragon. I probably will just do more of what's it called?
much of Peak Terrace too, because of the location. It's easier to this, it's easier to that, because it's accessible. I'm not saying Paragon is not accessible, please don't get me wrong. Paragon is definitely accessible and even secured. You know, it will also attract its own kind of people. See, what I say about this Airbnb market or shortlets, if whichever one you want to call it, it depends on where the estate is and how unique the estate is, the infrastructure being put in the estates. That's what will determine how much you're going to end on it. So sometimes the most important thing about deciding to own it, buy a property for those purposes, is the accessibility. How accessible it is. If the road network to the estate, leading into the estate, is good and the infrastructure within the estate is fine, trust me, people will rent your property. And then what you also set, your setup, your design. So buying a house also has its own advantage, basically, because the truth is, somebody somewhere, some set of people are going to help the government bridge the gap in this home or in this housing deficit. So we just have to play our part. So as an investor, I won't say you should completely close your eyes to not buying into apartments, houses, and then getting return on it. I mean, earning rental income, earning what's it called now? Shortlet, putting it on shortlet. If you look at places like Ikate, Chevron, it's not common in Chevron right now, but places like Lekki Phase 1, BI, Ikate, Magodo, Ikeja GRA, Ikeja mainly, shortlet is very common right now. In fact, that almost is about the Indian in Magodo right now. Because if you look at Magodo does not have a lot of hotels, so to speak. You can't compare the numbers of good hotels that are in Lekki 1 to Magodo. And like I've said in my previous videos, it's not everybody that will invest on the island, no matter what you say. Even if you promise them 100% ROI in 1 month, they will still do their mainland. So people still come into the country and still want to stay around the mainland because of the easy access also to the airport, especially when they are going back. So some places in Ikeja do not have, Magodo rather, do not have that. So you see shortlets becoming a thing. So now, for the awakening of investors, seriously, what is happening in this downtown of Pat, when I say downtown, what I mean is Aja to Osekpe, the speed at which the development is going. If you can, both apartments and land, keep investing as much as you can. I say it again to you if you're watching me. If you're yet to own a property in this location, I want to advise you to please do that. Because the cost of these things are getting as much expensive as ever said. They are becoming too expensive. And there's a huge demand. The reason why we have all of this is because of the huge demand in the market. So yes, I want to advise you to get into some of this apartment that is up for sale in Abidjan, Paragon, the Avocado, whichever one, let me stop mentioning names, whichever one you're sure of, first field apartment, whichever apartment you can see, houses, I advise you, yes, this is my advice to you, buy into them as much as you're also investing in lands in Epe, in Ibadan, you know, places like Ruby City is where you should buy and not even dare buy a plot. You know, you can buy and buy 6th floor, buy 12th floor if you have the capacity. That's why they also have payment plans. If you have the capacity, just, you see that River City is another estate that, don't look at it that you're a bad person only. Look at it for investment purposes, for land banking. You're going to be grateful that you invested. So if you're yet to invest in River City, let me say it, I advise you to call me now and get your plots there. Places like all those ones in Epe, you know, Lagoon Front, Gracias Morganite, you have what's it called now? We have Richfield Prime View in Mojoda. You see that one as well? It's a property you should own. It's 1.2 million naira. The Excel Garden is also 1.2 million naira. That's towards Augustine University. So there are so many numerous opportunities open for you for very favorable titles.
The Ruby City is a governor's concept. So it's about the most affordable titled land in that area. Yes, it's a fast growing environment. But by the time we will catch up with that, we will be glad you did now. So yes, again, please, I'm encouraging everyone watching me that you should invest as much as you can in these areas. Trust me, a lot are happening. Lands are becoming scarce. Very favorable good lands are becoming scarce. Inside Peak Terrace 3 in our area, you can buy a plot of land there. Inside Peak Bungalow, Peak Bungalow 3 in our area, you can buy a plot of land there. You can buy the bungalow. You have the option. In Peak 4, there are lands also available for sale for 10 million and 600 square meters. So you should key into it as much as you can. All right, thank you so much for this section. Thank you for staying to the end. You're really the real MVP. Please do your friends and family a favor by sending this video. Share this video with them. I know, first earned. I've heard over and over people come across my channel and say, oh God, why didn't I know you 10 years ago? Why didn't I know you? Okay, I was not in business 10 years ago. Why didn't I know you 5 years ago, 2 years ago, much earlier? That's what it just means. Basically, why didn't I come across you much earlier? Or, I would have, made more. I would have invested right. I would have all. But if you do them a favor, they would know about me, and then they start investing as much as they can. Okay? Alright, thank you so much once again for watching the video. Don't forget to please also subscribe and ask your people to subscribe, because I want you guys to show me some love. I need to get to 10,000 subscribers this month. It sounds like we can actually, because it's also the month of love. So hey, you guys should go ahead, show me some love, and please help me get to 10,000 subscribers. And please also patronize me and refer me to your friends and family. Trust me, I'm one person you can trust, and trust me also, I'm going to be in this business for the rest of my life till God, at least that's what I wish, right? I might venture into something else, but this is still my business. So yes, and that is why everything I do, I'm very careful. What I come out here to say to you, what I showcase to you guys, I'm very careful, because I don't want down the line in 10 years time, in 5 years time, you now will call me back and say this. I'm not just in this business passing by. I'm going to be here. So I want you to be able to see my videos 5 years down the line and say, oh, she talked about it. Oh my gosh, I pray that God will give us long life and good health. That's the most important thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next episode on TeaTalk with Goodness Usman. Thank you so much for all of your feedback so far. Please give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. Have you been investing in land? Are you investing more in houses this year? What's your plan basically? Let's discuss your plan if you're yet to discuss that with me. Please discuss your plans with me, and I can help you. I can throw more light into some of these things, because I usually so many people all the time. I don't want this video to be too long. So that you don't get bored with it. But you can always call me. You guys already know. You can always call me, and then we can talk more on this subject matter. But I hope you found value to this particular subject. I hope you did. And if you do, please, more reason why you should share the video with your friends, your family, your co-workers, your colleagues, and everybody around you. Thank you once again. My name remains Goodness Usman. Of course, I'm your family realtor for Nigeria Realty 24/7. I'll see you guys in my next episode or the next video, or when you give me a call, which, by the way, I'm waiting for your call. So right now I have to go. So I say, double.